This is Robert Kraft, and I'm your host on SNN.Network, and we are a proud media sponsor for the upcoming Precious Metal Summit Beaver Creek, being held virtually this year. Joining me right now is George Paspalas. He is the president and CEO of MAG Silver. It's a publicly traded company. The symbol is MAG on the TSX and the NYSE American. George, thank you for joining me today. How you doing?
I'm well, thanks, Robert, and good morning to you.
Good morning to you as well. So let's start off with a quick overview in history, and then we'll go from there.
Sure. MAG. We IPO'd in 2003. We had the Juanicipio property that we had obtained in the Fresnillo Trend in Mexico, which is now proven after a number of discoveries to be the preeminent silver district in the world. With our funding from the IPO, we went on the ground. We had a very different geological theory to the essence of the mineralization on this property. Stuck the heel in the ground, drilled hole number 1, discovery hole, Juanicipio vein. Since then, we've continued to explore the Juanicipio property. We offered up a earn-in to our now partner, Fresnillo PLC, the world's largest primary silver producer, who have been operating in this area for over 135 years. They earned in 2005 into a joint venture, and we've explored the property since. We've made some remarkable discoveries on the property, in particularly the Valdecañas vein system, which underpins the company now, and which is going to be our first mine. We continue to drill. We continue to find a lot of ounces on this property. But most importantly, as we're now building our flotation plant, which we expect to commission in the middle of next year, we are now monetizing some pre-production material through one of the Fresnillo plants, and we're realizing cash flow here now in the second half of the year while we're still finishing the building of the flotation plant. So Juanicipio, well, the Valdecañas deposits, remarkable value in this business, but partnering with Fresnillo brings great commercial flexibility and opportunity because of the established infrastructure in the area.
So what would you say then makes the company unique and different compared to some of your peers out there? You know, I've done a number of interviews for this event and with junior miners, and, you know, you guys aren't necessarily a junior anymore, but, you know, there's a number of companies that are exploring and developing properties in Mexico. You know, what about MAG made it so that you are where you're at today?
I think our DNA is underpinned by Dr. Peter McGaw's ability to see, to use a cliche, the big picture of a regional geological potential. And, you know, we talk about the bonanza zone of Valdecañas is probably the highest grade undeveloped silver property in the world of greater than 10 million tons. But there's more, right? And we've found 3 parallel structures to Valdecañas. We've found now 3 90-degree oblique intersecting structures. And I think what makes us, I don't know about unique, but what makes us the value proposition we are is our ability as explorers to find world-class deposits, and our ability as an organization, board of directors, grey hair management, people who have been through cycles, to know that particularly with Valdecañas, what we have is a once in a lifetime unique asset, and we will not encumber that with M&A and silly acquisitions that diminish that value. And so we're very disciplined. We're an 8-person company with a $2 billion market cap. That's akin to a royalty company, because we believe as a non-operating interest in the joint venture, we bring a lot of parallels like a streaming company to the investor, because Fresnillo as the operator take on the risk, They've proven in this area. This is the third operation that they're building. The second operation they're building on the same vein. So it's a very de-risked, high value investment opportunity.
And what's your background? I mean, were you with the company back since 2003, or have you come on board, between that time?
Yeah. Well, I used the royal we when I said we found the vein on the first hole. No, I joined the company in 2013. My background is an operator and a mine builder. And that's been my experience. And I was running an operating gold company before I joined MAG. And look, I always had the belief, having been brought up as an operator, that cash flow is important. And when we were the subject of a hostile takeover, and we actually brought in a white knight, and a very good outcome for the shareholders in Horizon Mines. And I said, my next job will be a producer and operator with cash flow. And then I was fortunate to get a phone call from a headhunter, and I had a look at this asset. And it took me about a week to sort of understand, is this real or not? Because it can't be this good. And so I joined the company because I saw an incredible chance for value here. And quite frankly, I think for MAG, as much as I have experience of building and operating mines, partnering up with a world-class operator in their front yard is a pretty good outcome.
So from what you can tell us, and you've alluded to this already a little bit in your intro, but what would you say are some of the company's value catalysts now for the rest of this year going into 2021?
Right. Well, the first one is going to be, immediate cash flow now as we monetize pre-production material from Juanicipio and process it in the Fresnillo plant. The real value, though, comes from a campaign processing of this material over 1 or 2 days continuously. We get to understand the metallurgical response of the mineralized material that's going to go through our plant during the second half of next year. So first value creator is, MAG, who is fully funded now, is also generating cash flow, and they haven't started up their flotation plant yet. I think more importantly than that, second one is when the flotation plant starts up, we've got, 6-8 months of operating history on the material. So our ramp up's going to be much accelerated compared to not having this opportunity to test the material before we process it. Ongoing exploration discoveries, right? That is going to be a continual value generator for MAG. And if you look at our corporate presentation, we talk about how great the Valdecanes deposit is, how Fresnillo as an operator are going to bring this thing up and we're going to be an ATM, but we have more exploration potential. And don't forget us as an exploration company on this joint venture ground, because for all we have at the moment, we've only explored 5% of the surface area of the joint venture. So ongoing exploration discoveries will add value to an investor in MAG. Sure, we're going to re-rate as a producer, and we expect that re-rate to happen over the next 6 months. But once we get into production, particularly at these silver prices, we generate immense cash flow. Now, both Fresnillo and ourselves have indicated over the last few years, I'd say since the discovery of the deep zone in 2015, this is a very expandable project. Like where we've found 2 new veins, one of them's 80 meters away from where we're mining. The next one's 120 meters away. So forget the shadow of the head frame, forget trucking distance and all that. It's 1 month development and you're into these, right? And so perhaps some of that cash flow gets reinvested in expanding, right, the Juanicipio project.
Look,
and then, of course, I think we could be a very good dividend payer. And I'm a significant shareholder, so I'm a bit motivated to pay dividends. And we've got some great shareholders who have been with us for a long time. And we would like to reward those shareholders.
And George, with that, where can our audience go and find everything they need to know about MAG Silver?
Well, the website contains our corporate presentation. I think it's pretty thorough. One of the elements of MAG that we're constantly commended for is our transparency. I mean, we only have one asset to talk about. I mean, it's pretty, so we want to talk a lot, so we say everything about it. In that presentation, though, there's a list of analysts who cover us. Some of those analysts have been with us for a long time, know the story well. So I think look at the website, look at the corporate presentation, get the analysts' reports on the property. If all else fails, ring Michael Kerlock or myself. We're happy to talk about MAG at any point in time as well. It's a great story. We love to share it. But that's where I think people should go first. Website, analyst reports, and then give us a call.
And that website is www.magsilver.com, right?
That's right. Correct.
Perfect. Very good. All right. Well, George, thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. Good luck. Stay safe. And I look forward to our next update.
Wonderful. Thank you, Robert, and stay safe yourself. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, George.
Bye.
Again, my name is Robert Kraft. I'm your host on SNN.Network, and we're a proud media sponsor for the upcoming Precious Metal Summit Beaver Creek, being held virtually this year. George will be there presenting for MAG Silver. And thank you all for listening today.